All right. Moment. Okay, so I'm finally live. Two changes. One, I have a new mic, and I really like it. Two, for some reason, my Roblox Studio layout is completely screwed up. Let me fix that. Hello there, Vayu. Yes, it is a good mic. There, all good. So I already started on this system, but I never actually added any functionality. I just made some UI. And I believe that the positioning for the camera, yeah, it's actually like right here, which for some reason I didn't think about when I was working on it last time. So I should be a bit more careful with that. I'm going to make sure that GUI is completely visible. It is not. Okay, well that is very good to know. It is not visible at all. Okay, let's see. How can I fix this? Bro, why does this prompt keep coming up? Alright, thanks, Vayu. Okay, it seems like a more reasonable position. There we go. Okay, so now it's actually visible. We can code it. So I want to make this procedural. So I'm going to make it disabled and add a GUI. A script called item adding. The GUI in it. Call it template. One thing I need to do is just item name. So Roblox doesn't get confused. Hello, King of Kai. Please don't spam my chat with emojis again. Still haven't figured out how to set up chat rules. I'll do that eventually. I'm not lazy. I said it sarcastically as humanly possible. So when the game loads, I need to loop through all the places that there needs to be a billboard GUI. I also need to account for the fact that some of them haven't loaded in. Well, you'd have to be a mod to do that. I'm not promoting you to mod. So, local locations folder, game.workspace, wait for child, table locations. Another streamer I just watched ban the word sorry. Well then, I don't know why they would do that, but kudos, I guess. Okay. Now I need to loop through everything's already there and manage when something loads in. Yeah, you tend to have that effect on people, King. Sorry about that. I'll make a function add billboard, and it takes it apart. Oh yeah, about that, one sec. Where's the freaking settings? There it is. Okay, this is annoying. No, get off my screen. Nope. Okay. Yeah, so I actually added to soundboard emotional damage. Very nice. I can play that from my mic whenever I want to, whenever I feel like it. That said, I don't do that very often, so please don't copyright me, Twitch. I'm not sure if that's copyrighted, but it probably is, considering the way things are today. Okay, whenever something is added, take that folder, and we wait for the board UI to load in. And we add this. So, okay, script.template cloned UI.name. It's going to be part.parent.name. GUI.item name text is going to be GUI.name. GUI.parent is going to be script.parent, so it's going to be in the player GUI. GUI.name, we're going to put it on the part. And I'm not going to bother to add functionality just yet. I want to make sure that it actually works. It does not. Okay, let's see here. Is here. Oh, I forgot to actually. Wow, that's dumb. I forgot to actually enable it. But actually, it should be disabled by default. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a folder in here called add items. Item GUIs. Okay. Add quote. I'm not going to bother with functionality. I just want to make sure it works. Okay, I hear myself now. You've got a point. Yeah, that's pretty confusing. So we'll put that in the folder. It should be disabled by default. But if I go into main GUI, menu, lobby view, I have my navigation script in here. I have a player GUI in there. And I'm going to have two functions. Function show I am adding GUIs. Very long name, but who cares? Function hide item adding GUIs. Okay, so we actually should be player GUI, wait for child, add GUIs. We're going to get all the GUIs in there. Enabled. False true. And then when we hide it, we just need to set that false. So I'm going to do animatic GUIs. And here I do hide animatic GUIs. And here I do show animatic GUIs. Hide. Actually, as long as the Z index puts it below, that shouldn't be an issue. Let me see here. Oh wait, there's no Z index. I mean, actually no, it'd be called layout order. Well, that's not here either. So I'm going to assume it's going to be below. It's probably a safe assumption. What I need to do though is make sure you can't click through the background. This is active, right? Yes, okay. So people join my stream. I'm asking that because I don't actually know Streamlabs is crazy delayed. I should pull up my stream on Twitch so I can actually have a live viewer counter that actually works. Two viewers. One of which is you. I'm not sure if you'll call that friends. It's friend singular. Alright. We have one friend. Now I'm going to see if it works. There it is. Shows up and it hides. And the lobby thing covers it. Of course it does. Sorry about that. 3 peeps in chat. Cool. One of them is actually another friend that I know. Today is not going to be very successful stream-wise, I don't think. Wait, 4 viewers. What do you know? Okay. So the fact that this goes above kind of an issue. Maybe I can make this only show when you're in this main screen. Oh, I accidentally clicked twice. It shouldn't be hard to do. Let's see. I'll do script.parent.header visible equals true. And we need false and false. Okay. Create lobby. Now it's gone and it's back. I'll take it. This still works. Very cool. Now these buttons don't actually work. So you might want to add some functionality to that now. How am I going to go about this? So I already have one thing. I have table. Okay. So I have this. And this can't be in server storage. One thing I realized in between streams was that it needs to be localized. I can't do this on the server, because then it wouldn't work with multiple lobbies. So I'm going to have to fix that, which is not fun. Come on, King. Don't give me a hard time, please. Okay. So I'm going to add a... Actually, I can just edit that one script. I don't have to add a new one. Add something here. That... Wait, there's an emoji for my channel. Did someone add it? I'm not sure. I guess I was doing that wrong. Oh, you see only one emoji. I wasn't saying you're spamming. I thought you were saying that there was one emoji for my channel and it was no spam. I thought maybe Phantom added that. Okay, so I need counts. That. Okay, and whenever we added a billboard, we need to do counts. Actually, something else I can do. So making it dependent on that, I can, for the lobby template, I need to edit that. Lobby template under config, I'm going to add a new folder. It's going to be called items. And I'm going to have that procedurally generated as well. Spawn function, so it doesn't delay anything. Actually, I don't have to worry about that. I won't delay anything. For iv in pairs game dot, not getfem, on game dot workspace item. No, it's table. Yeah, table locations. Get children. New. And I'll say value is instance.new int value. I'll put this in script.lobbyTemplate config.items. Value.name is going to be v.name. Value is going to default to 0. Actually, what I'll do, so add an attribute number, and I'll call it default. And for flashlights, it's going to be 1. So it's going to be the get attribute default. So that's going to be the default number of this item you're going to get. So for flashlights, you're always going to have 1 even if you don't add any. Okay, that should work. I should really start commenting my code. Nah. Okay, now I'll have a value in here for every item that can go on the table. And I can access that here. So while wait, I'll have an infinite loop here. We're going to say, should get the player. Cool. Player, it's game.players. Okay. Then we need to get the player's lobby. Player get wait for child current lobby. I'll say local lobby is lobby value dot value. If lobby then I don't have to put an else. If there is a lobby, I'm not sure if I'm going to be needing this. Now we're going to loop through all the items for IV, and I'll do some actual naming for item in pairs lobby.config.items children. So we loop through all the items. That's going to have the count value. I am going to need this count. Counts. I'll say if counts item.name is not equal to item.value, then we can set it. And we will delete the model. So I'll say, okay, we need to get the folder in here. I'll say game.workspace.table, wait for child, table locations for child. I don't need to wait for child. Find first child, item.name. So I'll say folder is that. If folder, then else we can do an error warn. Couldn't find folder for table item and the item name. I'm going to rename this from table locations to table items. I have to do refactor some code here. Table items. Table items. I can actually use this variable here. Leave in here. I also need to. Yep. Table items. So now there should be no errors. I think that's everywhere that was referenced. So if folder then we can find the model. So model equals folder find first child, which is a model. If it's there, then we destroy it. And then we need to find the correct model. So if counts, yes, it is devlog time phantom, it is. So if item.value is greater than 0, then the local model is game dot. It's already used. Who cares? A model game dot replicated storage dot table locations. Sorry about that. Table locations find first child item dot name. Model then. Else warn. Oh wait, warn. We'll just copy this. Okay, if it does find it, then we need to do model find first child string item dot value, because I have in that folder that for everything. Model clone. I have to do if model. I'll do else Wern couldn't find model for this count of, for item dot value x. I'm gonna do, actually it should be like x10 instead of, so 4 times 10 of item dot name. Okay, if we do find the model, then we clone it, put it in the folder, and I think that's it. Might be that easy. Create a lobby. It's there! Okay. Oh wait, why did I do that? There's a much smarter way of doing this. Let's say, if I want to test all the values, I can do that really easily. If it'll load, thank you. Over here, workspace, lobbies, lobby, config, items, flashlight, and let's do 2. It's perfect. It works. If I put 5, it says okay. And that is fine because 5 is going to be above the maximum. And I'll go ahead and have the maximum calculated here just for ease of access. Value, okay, local count is equal to, put that in there. Game.replicated storage, table locations. Value dot. No, it's v dot name. Get the number of things in there. Actually, I'll call this max, and I'll say value set attribute maximum to max. Okay. So look at the maximum number of an item you can have, and it'll make it easily accessible. Now I need a way of storing how many items each player has added, because you're not supposed to be able to take out items you didn't add. And whenever you leave, all the items you added need to be removed. So what I'll do is I'll add a new folder to every player. Oh, let me go here, data store management. Whenever a player is added, it gives them a folder for their inventory. I'm going to do local added instance.new folder, also in the player. I'm going to call it, added items. And I need to just copy this. Instead, I'm going to put it in F. Name is item, value is 0. And I don't want to do this for permacrystals, so if item is not equal to permacrystal, then we will do this. Otherwise, we don't have to bother. Okay. Now that we have the that new folder, we need to alter this in lobby management. So whenever the player leaves, we need to remove all the items they added. So I'm going to access the player first. We're going to get their added items folder. Player dot. Is that what I called it? That is what I called it, right? Script. Added items, yep. Items. We're going to loop through everything in there. I, V, and pairs added items. Loop through that folder, get all the items, and I'm going to do I need to give this a better name. So V is going to be the lobby. I want to refactor that. Okay. And that can be underscore because I don't use it. So we loop through all the lobbies, we get all the players. If the player is the one we're trying to kick, we remove them. And now we need to do the items. So we loop through all the items. We do lobby.config items item.name value. We're going to subtract how many the player added, which we can say then value equals 0 because now they haven't added any. And that should do that. We do the same thing for, we have to do the same thing here. And leave the game. I hate manually refactoring code. I wonder if Roblox has a system for refactoring. I don't think they do. I don't need this print statement. There is no refactor. Oh, that makes me angry. At least there's syntax highlighting, am I right? Hey, 6 viewers, nice. Where the player is kicked, we have to do the same thing. Find the lobby. On the player. And we do this. Instead of player, it's now target. It's the target of the ban. Yeah. One thing though, I realized, is I need to add that everywhere. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Kind of an issue. Maybe speed target. Okay, that should work. So one thing I realized, you're supposed to set this every time you are removed from a lobby. And I do not think that is the case. Oh no, never mind. That was just dumb. Now we need a way for you to add the item. So I'm going to do game dot storage. We need to add a remote event. Let's do, what do we call it? Let's call it add item. We'll say game replicated storage. Add item. Connect. Oh. Forgot to do on-server event. Connect function. Player, item name, count. We need to clamp the count. So count math. No, not math. This is not Unity. Math.clamp count between 0 and a max, which we can determine. Actually, no. Let's just have no maximum. Let's just say math.maximum of count 0, which will mean that it will set the minimum value of count to 0, so you can't like try to add negative items. It's gonna be a separate remote event for that. So I'll do remove item. I'll copy that later. So I'll say local added items f is player added items. Player item. Value. Player added. Actually, I have added items f. Find first child name. Hello there, Henfair. Once we've clamped the count, we take the give me an integer value. We're going to take that. We're going to say their inventory item value and be another folder inventory items f. It's also a folder player dot inventory. say inventory, find the item, store that in here. Say local lobby item value. And I'll say that's also going to be an int value. And we do, okay, we need to find the current player's lobby. Lobby nil 24iv. Actually, I can do player dot current lobby dot value. And this is going to be very much required for everything else to run. So I'm going to say if lobby then, here I'll do an end, and I'm going to move all this stuff in. It's going to be lobby.config items find first child item name. We want to make sure that all these exist. So if they're and inventory items and lobby item value. Now we can actually do stuff. I'm going to say max is going to be, crap, we need yet another value. Local, actually no, I just need to get the maximum. No wait, not, oh wait, no, actually I don't need another value, it's stored here. Max is going to be lobby item value. Get attribute maximum. And going to subtract how many there currently are from the maximum. So local spots left is maximum minus the number of things that are already there. Okay. And I will say I can clamp count again so that you can't go past the maximum. So count math dot minimum of 0 spots, no end count. So wait, I don't know why I put 0. I meant spots left and count. So if count is bigger than spots left, then it defaults to spots left. You also need to limit it based off of how many items this player actually has. So I will say remaining inventory. It's going to be player inventory item value dot value minus the number of ones they've already added. So player added value. And then I'm going to do count is math dot max. We can't let, wait, is it math dot maximum I need, or my brain is kind of dying? I really should be commenting my code. I feel like that'd be pretty helpful. I need math dot minimum. And remaining. So that you can't go past how many you have left. Now we have the count of how many things you can actually add. And we will say lobby item value dot value plus equals count. Player inventory item value doesn't actually change. Player added item value dot value plus equals count. Anyway, viewers, coming up on my record. Current record is actually 10, believe it or not. Kind of sad, but oh well. I think that should do it. should now be able to add items with the remote event. Now I want to be able to remove them. Game.replicate storage. Add item, on server event, next function. It's remove item. Remove item. We're going to take the player, which is a player, the item name, which is a string, and the count, which is a number. Still need to get all that value, still need to clamp that so you can't adding items like that. Gotta start somewhere, yeah. I'll get there someday. Honestly, though, streaming isn't that important to me at the moment. I just like having someone to talk to while I work on these games. Also, I like sharing this, and there's a lot of reasons why devlogs are great to make. They build hype for your game. You have a chance of earning some money while you're doing the stream if you get big enough. You have people to talk to, so you're less lonely. More or less, King. More or less. I don't know, I don't call with strangers, but I'm fine with chatting through Twitch chat when I'm live. So, we don't care about the maximum number of items you can add anymore. We just care about how many items you've already added. So we will say you can't remove more than you've added. So we'll do player added item value. That's going to be how many items you've added. And if you try to remove more, you can't. Now I need to do minus and minus. I think that's it. Now I need to actually hook up those remote events to work. So whenever I add a new one of those GUIs, we need to hook up those buttons to those remote events, and we will say GUI dot, what's it called? Okay, add one. Dot activated. Connect function. Game.replicated storage. Add item. Fire server, and we need to pass the item we're adding, which is just GUI.name and how many we're adding. 1. GUI.remove 1. I'll do remove item. And now we add all and remove all. Yes, you would be. I do not care to actually take the time to code it. I'm going to assume you can't add more than 100. So I'll just make that 100 and it'll automatically cap. So should be fine. Now, if I load the game, I should be able to add items. My monitor just had a stroke. I'm scared. If you didn't know, my mom is actually in the same room as me, causing some issues. My monitor is having like a kind of static line go across it every once in a while. It's very worrying. My monitor is also making a very worrying sound, and that was it. It's like a popping sound. I might want to unplug my monitor before it explodes. One moment. And it's like a million times worse. Holy crap. Uh-oh. That's very bad. I may or may not have to restart my computer. This happened a couple of times. Stay tuned. I'll be back in like 10 seconds.